Hello everybody, happy Monday. Welcome Multi, Baka, DC, Thazen, and Dinoa, Parrot, Pie, Draven, Gauntlet of Sham, GM Farmer, and all the lurkers. And Kiki. Welcome everyone, thank you for joining me early in the stream. And Dinoa, thank you for the 3 stream streak. It's good to see you all. Welcome to another episode of...
Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me.
Where was the message? Oh.
Together, my lord Sauron.
Oh, okay.
We shall rule
Whoa.
this Middle Earth.
New Evilometer achievement unlocked by Quiescent Pandemonium.
Well done. How many crystals do you have, QP? Welcome to another episode of Mitral Reads the World, where we are gonna keep reading stuff, words on the screen. 22? What the heck, dude? What are you planning to do with those? Are you a dragon? Are you hoarding the crystals? Everyone has so many crystals, no one is using them. I wonder what you're planning to do with them. Because there aren't too many uses for them. I mean, with 9, you also have a lot, Multi. Hey, Ash, welcome. How are
He
you
must be
doing,
very
Ash?
brave to mention his name. Or very foolish.
I think we may have to raise the costs like we talked before. A game twice in a row? That's gonna be difficult. Yeah, Roadwarden, we are gonna take a look at 2 games today. 2 games that are on the critical hits lists that are not getting too many boosts, not too much support. Roadwarden in the 49th place with 51 boosts, a total of 93 points of priority. And Ballroom in the 79th place with 7 boosts to its name, a total of 49 total priority. What's the music? The music is the soundtrack of Roadwarden. Yes, at one point you couldn't multi. Then I changed my mind about it. We talked about it. Now you can redeem Monday streams for critical hits games that are sort of lower. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be lower. You can also redeem pillars if you want in the 2nd place. It just has, the game should not have been played on stream before. Like Rogue Trader, we have taken a first look, but there are few of those examples. Hey. Nice. What is that? That's a... Is it a monkey? Sort of monkey? Yeah, so you can redeem Monday streams of Critical Hits games as a preview. 1 stream of preview of a game. At first I thought I would limit them to only games that are lower on the list, but then I changed my mind. It can be any game. Baby Ewok. Ah, okay. Okay. I'm not familiar with Star Wars much. So yeah, that's something you can do. If you didn't know about it, that's something you can do. You can pick a Monday game as a... You can pick a Critical Hits game as a Monday stream, and we'll take a look at it. Of course, it's gonna be, I think, cooler if it's a game that is lower on the lists, maybe to entice people to start boosting it. Like if it's a game that you are boosting yourself, or if it's a game that you wanna see, if you wanna decide when you wanna decide if you wanna support it or not. Could be like that. If you are curious about, let's say, I don't know, the Thaumaturge, a relatively new game, which, by the way, Parrot won as a giveaway from Babylon Zul's stream, so that was very generous of him. And so we have it now. I can access it through family sharing. Any of these games, not the ones on hold though. It has to be in the contenders lists. And yeah, we are gonna take a look at these 2 games. I think around 2 to 3 hours each, depending on how tired I get of reading. Ballroom doesn't have that much reading. Ballroom is a very interesting game though. Ballroom is completely open-ended, almost a sandbox game. Of course, it does have a story that you can start and finish, but the big portion of the game is sandbox. So if you actually get to play that, it's gonna be an interesting game to play. Well, we're gonna take a look at both of these. I don't know much about Roadwarden. I know a little bit of Ballroom. I actually started playing Ballroom 3 times or so. Never really made too much progress because I just got... Basically because I did fishing. I started the game, explored a little bit, then started fishing for some hours, and then, okay, I will maybe continue this later. Even though the idea of the game is amazing to me, I never managed to continue playing for more than a few days for some reason. But it's an excellent game, I think. It's a very good game. And Roadwarden, I'm hearing good things about it. Ash at one time was regularly boosting Roadwarden.
Quiescent Pandemonium just boosted Banner.
He kind of stopped.
Quiescent Pandemonium just boosted Lion.
Because I think he pitied me. Because of how much I had to read in all streams. He thought, okay, I'm not gonna torment Mithril with more reading. But here is Parrot. Here is Parrot saying, no, we gotta torment Mithril. We gotta make him read everything.
Pandemonium just boosted Underrail.
Read every single word. This is the game where viewer choices... Roadwarden? Really, Draven? Viewer choiced you to play Roadwarden? Ah, you gave it a go last year, or I completely missed it. Or maybe I didn't and I forgot about it. What did you feel about Roadwarden? Did you enjoy it? It was more like you were worried how interested people would be. You came doubtful if it was a good streaming game. I see. Well, we are gonna do a first look here, and people can maybe tell you how they felt about it. So if you can decide if you want to continue boosting it, or you know, whatever the other games that you... Lords of Tulima, Lords of 3 Lima, Lords of 4 Lima, all those cool games, and Viewer's Choice, of course, the best game of them all. Sorry, not Viewer's Choice, Dealer's Choice, I meant. Dealer's Choice is a great game. Everyone should choose to boost Dealer's Choice, chat. You cannot go wrong with it. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, so we have a few early boosts, and we can start taking a look at Roadwarden. Today may be a slightly shorter stream as well, depending on how much immersed I get in the games. It may also be a longer stream, but I kind of want to not really looking forward to reading for 6 hours today. So we are gonna see like 2 to 3 hours of Roadwarden, 2 to 3 hours of Ballroom is what I'm thinking. We'll see how it goes. Did I boost them all? Age of Decadence, Dragonfall, and Hong Kong. Rogue Trader. How you are using your super backseater privileges today? You know it's Monday, and let's refrain from backseating so the experience is as close as critically as possible. Go slow and explore wide, not deep. Okay, feel free to cut games short, even maybe an hour each, especially if they look very interesting. You want to save more for criticals. Okay, thank you, Parrot. I appreciate the initial sort of guidelines for me to experience these games today. Actually, that's actually comforting that you said that. If I'm really curious and getting into it, maybe I will cut it even shorter, like you said, so that we can keep it for critical hits. But I at least want to give both of them 2 hours each. We'll see. So we are not gonna... So okay, this is effectively a no backseating stream today for, at the very least, Roadwarden. Ballroom can be a different story. Has anyone played Roadwarden? I know Draven just said he did, and I suspect Ash also did. Has anyone played Roadwarden or Ballroom in chat? Anyone have any experience with those? You played it. These are just 6 Andromeda. Nice Fingale. Never seen either of them. You've been told not to play, which you're nope, not doing it. Except in fiction. 11 interactive.
Jared_RPG just ghosted not so fast. Shining Force.
How are you, Jared? Good to see you.
I am become death,
Destroyer of worlds! That quote is wrong. It's supposed to be I have become Eretis, Destroyer of Worlds. I don't know why they chose the wrong quote for that. Honestly, some people. Jade Emperor, Andromeda. Hey Jerry, welcome. How are you doing? Thanks for the work. What the heck is that? What is that thing? Is that like a bug? Twerking bug? Andromeda. 6. Twerking avocado? What the heck? Avocado with legs? 6. Look, I'm your outside. What? Oh, look outside? Okay. That took me a minute. That took me a minute, Thazen. Thazen, by the way. Thazen, sometimes you frustrate me so greatly after the streams. So, after, I'm gonna show you what I mean in a second. I'm gonna show you what I mean in a second. So, Thazen's, and Noah's grant to Thazen is also... I'm gonna explain. You'll love it, don't worry. You chose Look Outside for Andinova's. Let's see, Might and Magic. Wizard Ray. Blizzard Sun Warriors. This disturbing to my demeanor. Lionheart. Under Rail. Any more? Shining Force. Alright. Thanks for the boosts. JR, Cupid, Raven, Andinova, Thazen, Pi, DC, Multi, and Becca. So what I do after stream to see if I have boosted the games correctly and in the correct numbers and to be able to keep track is I have this notepad file. I copy all of those and I go to this page and I go to the bottom of it. Okay, so I paste all of it and then I start fixing like the Age of Decadence, Shadowrun, Dragon Force, blah blah blah, and then I fix every name. And then I go here and I compare the numbers, and if the numbers are correct, then I did everything correctly. But then occasionally I notice that something is not correct, and let's say Deus Ex Human Revolution has been boosted 1 times too many, and several times it turned out to be Thazen's games because Thazen boosts that day, for example, Human Resolution. And it is such a small difference that I don't notice it while fixing. And it's always a Thazen game, and it's always a very small difference that I never notice. And then it makes me look for it for like 15 minutes every time. And of course, keep laughing when I find it. Your spreadsheet is going to bring down Google. Actually, spreadsheet updates has really slowed down. It's taking a while for Google Sheets to process all this data.
Chat is my pain and suffering.
I probably have to find another solution for this. This is growing too big for its own good. Human Resolution. No, there were a few times where it was a single letter difference that I didn't notice. It's really funny. Anyway. Okay. Let's take a look at Roadwarden. I don't think it's gonna explode, and we do have backups, but we need to at some point find a different solution. Actually, Parrot has thought about doing that. At some point, I think we are gonna find a way to put everything on the web page rather than Google Sheets. It's gonna take a while though. We still have simpler ideas that we haven't really implemented. We gotta do those first, then think about the big ideas. But at some point, it's gonna be a different way of handling the whole thing. I'm not sure when. That's okay, Andinoa. That's okay. We are actually doing very good with the monthly goal this month, by the way, speaking of BDs. You know, today is the 23rd, and we are at 226. I always, you know, compare the date with the goal. If it's like 10 times today, we have been ahead of the dates until today so far. It's been really good. That's like my, what's the word? My point of comparison. So I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. Anyway, let's go into the game. The 10 cities have the emperors, villagers have the wilderness. The music sort of reminds me of, well, not really, but I think the low guitar tones and the general mood of the music reminds me of This War of Mine. Has anyone played This War of Mine, by the way? It's an excellent game that I played a ton at closer to release. This is like an interactive fiction slash RPG, interactive story slash RPG.
Be right back.
See you in a bit, phase. I don't know much beyond that myself, Jerry. I'm gonna be taking a first look today. Never seen this game or played it. It's just what I heard. There's lots of reading and there's lots of choices to make. Alright, new game. Everyone knows to stay away from the wilderness. Most people would never risk a lonely journey. Roadwardens not only accept this struggle, they embrace it. They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and if possible, get rid of the beasts and the highwaymen. They live on the road, die young, or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one, and it pays well. This War of Mine Monday stream would be very good, yeah. Absolutely, I would love to do that. I leave the safety of the city walls. Yeah. Pick difficulty mode. This choice can't be altered later on. Casual for those focused on the story. No time limit, more cash at start. Some quests are more forgiving. Standard for those familiar with RPGs. 40-day limit, regular rule set. Restrictive for the returning Roadwarden's 30-day limit, increased nighttime damage. So if this was a critical hits game...
New extra Monday stream request at Draven requested This War of Mine.
Draven makes it come alive, makes it come true. Draven makes it happen just like that. We imagine, Draven realizes that imagination, brings it to reality. That's the power of Draven. Draven, thank you so much. I would love to replay This War of Mine. Thank you, Draven. Yeah, it's gonna be mid-August. There are games queued until mid-August. It's gonna take a while, but we'll get there. So this makes me think, how is this going to be a critical hits game? If there is a time limit, which means there is a chance for the playthrough to fail entirely. Alright, Andinawa, thank you for stopping by. So if we play this game as part of critical hits, maybe we should choose casual so that we should not be limited by time. Exactly, Parrot. Exactly. Yeah, if it was critical hits, I think I would go casual. But since this is a first look, let's see the game with the standard rule set, with the time limits, since we are probably not going to be able to finish it today anyway. What are the advanced options, actually? Oh, we can set the time limits to none. And, oh, okay, this is amazing, actually. You know, if we are playing on critical hits, I would set the time limit to none. And the rest would be defaults. Have you heard about the man who finally went on a private date with the girl he had been pining for from afar? Turns out her dry, mocking humor was so bad he died that same day. They say his ghost haunts the location and is known as the Wraith of the Righteous. Sorry, your creativity never ceases to amaze me. Welcome, good to see you. Hope you are well. You cannot ban, but you can bam all you want. I think he deserves it. Let's do this. Let's remove the time limits. Let's set the rest to standard difficulty. Oh, I'm sorry you got no sleep, Thor. I'm sorry. The wall is still standing. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood. Good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You were supposed to meet with a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices, no sounds of labor. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep all the goblins and pebblers, but not beast folk nor trolls, and the night is near. Your palfrey breathes heavily. It's had a long day. I dismount and sneak to the gates. Let's peek inside. Wait, what are the settings? So we can save the game. Hey Gary. A docile horse used for ordinary riding, especially by women. Today you learned. Palfrey. Oh, thanks for... I didn't even think to ask for its meaning. I didn't know either. Thanks for the explanation, Gary. Hope you're doing well today. I dismount and sneak to the gates. Let's peek inside. Take care of yourself. If you're hurt or exhausted, some actions won't be available to you. The weaker you are, the higher the chance you'll die in combat. Your heavy boots hit the ground and the pain of the long ride finally catches up with you. You stretch out, bringing your back and legs comfort. All you want now is a table, a decent chair, a nice mug of beer, and some warm stew. With a little luck, your axe won't be needed. I approach the gate slowly. If it's a military camp, it doesn't... Oh, we also have... Ah, this is beautiful. I love it. So we dismounted somewhere here, we sneaked to the gates, we looked inside, now we approach the camp. If it's a military camp, it doesn't look the part. Plenty of wasted space, the fire pit is cold. Two people are sitting at the table, tired and disheartened. They are looking in different directions, paying no attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. After a moment, you notice the quiet humming. You recognize the melody of a light-hearted drinking song from the city harbor. They don't look like much of a threat. I can enter. It takes them a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of his hand. There are bags under his eyes. His beard is messy. Despite his simple shirt, he is wearing durable, decent boots. A mace with a head covered in iron hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it. I take a look at the second soul. Just like you, she is wearing a gambeson, but hers is a bit loose, as if she took it off a corpse. Her head is shaven, as if she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes are weary, yet kind. She smiles. Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these two surely look the part, though there should be more of them. 8, if you believe. 8, you believe. I asked them about their lieutenants. You wonder how to phrase the question. Okay, whenever you meet new people, you can influence how they perceive you by selecting one of the attributes. So they were kind and friendly. We could either look vulnerable so that they help us more, possibly, or we could act friendly. Let's act friendly. I was hoping to meet you with your lieutenant. Could we talk for a bit? Vulnerable. I had a long journey. I need to have a word with your lieutenant. Intimidating. I'd rather speak with someone who is not going to waste my time. Wow, distanced. I'm looking for your lieutenant. Playful. I'm sure you're busy, so if you could just introduce me to your lieutenant. Let's go with the friendly mode. I was hoping to meet with your lieutenant. Could we talk for a bit? The woman lets out a loud sigh, dusts off her gambeson, and steps towards you. She pays little attention to the sword at her side. You most definitely can, you and I. Though holding this rank is still somewhat new to me. Are you a messenger? Did you lose your mount? She observes you with curiosity, or are you looking for help? I'm your new Roadwarden. My horse is waiting outside. Really? The soldier in the shirt leans forward. That explains how you got here in one piece all by yourself. Better bring your beast here, adds the lieutenant. We have no hay, but I bet it dreams of dropping its saddle. A long pause. I'm Tulia, by the way. Hey drummer, welcome. I shake your hand. I'm... Parrot-wise, do you want to name the character? How are you doing, drummer? Okay, that's a good name. I'm doing alright. Thanks, Ram. Minus 2 intelligence, Really? Okay. It's Her grasp is confident, the shake is slight. Just keep your horse away from the tents. She steps away. We don't need to smell its dung. Ah, there's this one issue. The soldier in the short also rises to his feet. We've no tent to spare. You'll have to use a blanket or something. No problem. I should get used to sleeping on the ground anyway. You walk through the gates. Your mount looks angry and snorts anxiously. Not many humans could ride a horse. It's not only taller than you, but also bulky, as heavy as it is strong. You can get in the saddle within a single breath. But most people wouldn't know where to even begin. From every side, it's a wall of flesh. Horses were brought to the Dragon Woods from the conquest in the south. They can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Your palfrey needs you to survive, but without it, you too would be lost. Hey Prince, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hey Marta, welcome in. Happy Monday. It's my only companion here. I want it to feel at ease. Hey dude, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Hope you are doing well. It takes a few steps towards you, scolding you with another snort. You scratch the bottom of its neck with strength and confidence, just the way it likes it.
Eat smaller things, nothing personal.
Humans seem useful animals, and even pets, as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom. Humans see useful animals and even pets as monsters in disguise. Interesting. But you know that horses need companionship.
Draconic dude just boosted Zoria.
I speak to it gently and lead it to the camp. You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back just in case, while the riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal. With enough time it starts to chafe. You wish it had something better to eat than this shabby grass. You should look for an inn. I need to unpack. You haven't brought that many things, and you lost one of the sacks while fleeing the Crimson Corpse Eaters. Worst of all, you have no rope left, but maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from the travel set, you own a few valuable possessions essential for your trade. I want to learn more about the 3 classes. As a fighter, you'll have an easier time in physical challenges thanks to your superior equipment and hidden bonuses during dice rolls. You'll be physically more capable than the other classes. That opens up unique opportunities during some social interactions. It's the best class for RPG beginners. It may not be literal dragon bones. The fighter's weakness is in their reliance on physical strength. Your special abilities won't be available to you if your vitality drops to 0. If your vitality points drop to 0. That's what it looks like, Parrot, yeah. The mage uses Pneuma, a versatile but limited pool of energy points that can be spent to cast a few humble spells. Magic won't protect you better than a sharp axe, but as a mage you'll be able to heal faster while resting, detect magic in a mysterious area, distract the beast with a simple trick, and find a common tongue with other magic users. Using the mage's powers too freely will result in having no Pneuma left when you need it the most. The scholar will know more about the world's mysteries than you, helping you take advantage of some unusual situations. Your character will impress the locals with its knowledge, and you'll be able to read the sparse written clues without anyone's assistance. Scholars struggle with combat more than the other classes, but with enough carefulness and exploration, you'll gain access to alchemical mixtures that will help you escape from many dangerous situations. Let's go with Mage. Open your inventory to see your possessions. We have 2 food rations, a pouch of coins.
Martel_Varna just boosted Mutant Year
The
0.
city artisans
Road
make
to
coins by cutting dragon bones into slices. They are valued by merchants, though rarely used in the countryside. So they are literally dragon bones. A Gambit
Spirits
song.
of the swamp and mire, aid me in what I desire.
Food rations, they consist of dried meat, crackers, nuts, seeds, fruits, and water, which spoil slowly and don't require additional cooking. A Gambison, a padded defensive jacket made from linen filled with rags, is the cheapest type of armor, yet surprisingly effective and, as a result, very common. Magical amulets. Magic is unreliable, so you spend a sack of coins to collect a couple of enhancing amulets. They help you focus your pneuma in ways that you don't quite understand. The travel set. Your sack contains all sorts of useful tools. And we have a simple battle axe. Traveling with an axe shows that you've learned how to fight humans and human-sized monsters. It's not masterfully made, but it's already been put to test and you practiced with it for many days. Okay. What is the archive? Oh, that's all the text. Is it since the start? No, it's not since the start. No, it's since the start. Okay. Taking hits will damage your armor. You can then fix it in various settlements. I return to them. You unpack and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't pierced. Your spirit clothes are still there. Just in case, you take a look at your wooden bowl and mug, your cape, tinderbox, bandages, food rations, knife. Nothing special or too cumbersome. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes, but this doesn't make it any more exciting. I return to the soldiers. They are at the table again, observing your beast and chatting between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of them eating out of wooden bowls. One more bowl was put at the previously unused end of the table. You can sit down on a tree log. I join them and take a look at the meal. Keeping your stomach full will make you stronger. Starvation won't allow you to restore vitality while resting. You can find your supplies in the inventory, so nourishment. It's called gruel, the meal eaten in times of hardship. This specific bowl is filled with water, hog millet, some strange-looking cereals, and blueberries. Welcoming you with a meal, even a humble one, is beyond their duty. Soldiers live with and for their companions, constantly on the move from one part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group as they face dozens of hideous creatures. Their lives are filled with discipline, hardship, and camaraderie. Roadwardens, on the other hand, learn how to work by themselves. They seldom engage in open combat, patrolling the same roads for years. They help the settlements stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, settle down, forge friendships. When there are no laws to follow, they use their own judgments. Different responsibilities, different life cycles. I eat quickly, not focusing on tastes, then speak with Tulia. It's easy for you to overcome physical struggles when we are 3/4 nourished. She is focused and chooses her words carefully. She looks away only when she gathers her thoughts. I'm afraid I can tell you less than I would like to and less than I should. She nods towards the other soldier. As you can see, there is not a lot of us left. At the beginning of summer there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead, 1 has run away in tears. We are also strangers in this land, adds her companion. Any piece of information may help me do my job. The man leans forward, his legs shake nervously. He sounds like a kid asking a bard to sing one more story, tell a joke, or do a magic trick. Whatever it takes to escape from boredom, his untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you originally thought. What did the officials tell you? I expect not that much. No soul governs these lands. I share what I consider to be relevant. You'll tell the soldiers how little guidance you received, since this area is too far away from Havlavan to keep it under control. You were warned that it's untamed
Swords
and
for
unknown.
everyone!
Hey Jäger Hammerhand, welcome Samet. Welcome Jäger, it's hammer time! Here to share the love. Welcome everybody. Samet, maybe this is your doing. I appreciate the raid. Thank you everybody. Thank you Jäger for bringing your friends and community. Hope you had a great stream. What were you doing today? Let's Let's give you a shout out. Path of Exile 2. Oh, cool.
Gas logs just in the way.
Edge of Eternity. I think it's said at the corner. Is this a JRPG? Looks like an action JRPG. I've never played this game.
It must be a pain in the ass getting a wagon over one of those things.
Welcome everyone. Tentacled gentlefolk. Cute cuttlefish. I like your description. A clip from the JRPG that made you rage, really? Do you play JRPGs often? How is Path of Exile 2 going? Are you a veteran of Path of Exile 1, or are you just kind of new to Path of Exile? Is my first question. And how are you enjoying Path of Exile 2? Tell us about it.
We humans will take back that which is rightfully ours.
What's your favorite kind of fish? I honestly don't know what my favorite kind of fish is. I'm not very selective. I don't know much about fish types either. How are you doing, Geekit? Good to see you. You're a filthy casual to PoE 2. You're enjoying it. It's nice. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I haven't played Path of Exile 2 yet. I played 1 quite a fair bit, but not the second one. Not second. I'm glad you're enjoying it. What do you usually stream, Jagger? Tell us about yourself as we play the game. If you are new here, I'm Mitral. We usually do point and click adventures and RPGs. And today we are taking a first look at a game called Roadwarden. Well, the game itself is not new. It's from 2022, but it's my first time taking a look at it. And we are also going to try another game called Ballroom later in the day. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the stream and the games. Again, I appreciate the raid, Jagger and Samet, for suggesting me to your friends. It's a pleasure to have you here. Let me give you a follow so I can check out what you are up to in Path of Exile 2. The next time you stream it, hopefully. You play a variety, you tend to do RimWorld
Your
on
sound
Wednesdays.
card works perfectly.
You like RPG games? Oh, and Builder ones, nice. Just going to hand out speeding tickets? I may, it depends on how fast you type in chat. It depends on how fast you type. Yeah, I love RPGs. We do a ton of RPGs here. I love RimWorld too. I'm not very good playing it, but I like watching it. Really. So I will try to catch your Wednesday stream as well. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way, Jagger. Alright, let's continue. Who knows how many villages, bandits, or monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests? Oh! Okay, alright, we are not reading. We are not reading then. Enjoy your log, Jagger. Thank you so much again. Welcome Nancy, Loud, Ashley, Goob. And all the raiders.
Is that a barrel outside? Yeah, it is.
Where?
Go look at it. Go get it, Shep.
Sheppy!
Oh, I forgot to say.
I got his poo!
I forgot to say screamer alert.
Oh, there's a bucket over there as well.
Wait, that's a poo?
Is it too late to say screamer alert? Nancy, where were you? You weren't around for a while, like half a week or so, maybe a week. What? Screamer alert! Hope you've been well, Nancy. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Good to see you all once again. Hope you've been well. What were you up to today? Let's see. Prominence 2 Hysterian Era. What is Prominence 2? What is that? I've never heard of that. You missed one day of streaming. You're glad it felt like eternity. It did feel like eternity. We missed you. But I also missed your stream today as well. She wasn't on Friday. I finished super early in the day. Ah, okay. So that's maybe why.
New custom greeting request by loud_screams.
Sure. Oh, Snap is the coolest raccoon around. We can say that. Do you want like a sound effect or something to play with it as well? We can do that, Loud.
I love you, cheese.
Very easy. Hey, Zephyrs, welcome. You feel so for people in the US that don't have AC today. How are you, Zephyrs? Welcome. It looked like you weren't streaming for longer than that. I guess I did miss your short stream as well, that's why. Just a message, okay? That's okay. I'm gonna set it up loud. Prominence is a huge RPG Minecraft mod. Oh, okay, so you were playing Minecraft. It's the name of the mod pack. With classes, bosses, quests, okay. Gotcha. Do check out Nancy. Nancy is a great friend of the channel. Very cheerful and friendly.
Their dwarven honor.
Streamer. She plays lots of survival builder games. And she's been playing Minecraft recently, as well as Wood Ring Waves. Absolutely check her out. She deserves a follow for sure. If you're not familiar with her content, do check her out. We are taking a look at 2 games on the critical hits list today, taking sneak peeks, like 2 to 3 hours of first looks at 2 games. First, we are gonna take a look at this game, Roadwarden, which is like a choose-your-own adventure kinda interactive story RPG, and then in a few hours we are gonna take a look at Ballroom, which is a sandbox open world RPG, classic looking isometric turn-based RPG. So I hope you enjoy your time, and I hope you enjoy the streams, everybody. It's good to see you all. Welcome once again. Who knows how many villages, bandits, or monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests. From time to time, new people come here to look for boundless opportunities. Most of them never return. Do they turn into walking corpses or find what they are looking for? No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. You tell the soldiers how little guidance you received. Since this area is too far away from Havlovan to keep it under control. We did read this. Wait, I read this. I wasn't able to click on this. No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. I wasn't sure what was going on. I thought I clicked and then the same message appeared. The lieutenant drinks from her cup and crosses her legs, ankle on knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll ever find a comfortable position. Where should we start? Before I continue my journey, I need to ask him about the peninsula, the Roadwarden, and the road. What should I know about the peninsula? I'll tell you about what I know, and you'll be the judge, says the lieutenant. How long did it take you to get here from the city? On a decent palfrey, I guess it would be 3-4 days. When you confirm, she continues. From here, you can reach the coast in about a day, as long as you don't make any stops. Do you know the situation, why no ships can get here? Ooh, Nordum. You nod. The sea route allows Havlovan officials to keep in touch with the coastal villages, collect taxes, move the soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools. But maintaining order on a wild coast, such as this one, is like filling the ocean depths with coins. Because of the rocks, you can hardly stop a ship 5 miles from the shore, and boats can't get much closer. She nods. I don't know much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with the city folk. As she pauses, her companion carries on. No soul from the north ever came to the camp, but when we travel to the roadside inn, Pelt of the North, they are happy to trade and to play dice. Why not just stay at one of the settlements? The man clears his throat. I mean, you know, we are to guard this road, this camp is our post, and, well... He turns towards Tulia, she lowers her voice. Don't take it the wrong way, but are you a devout soul? There is no evidence of the right's existence, and all the mystical tales are explained by magic. No, I'm not. The man nods. I heard that most road wardens drift away from the churches. It doesn't matter to me, to neither of us, I think, adds the lieutenant, peeping at her companion. I just wanted to make sure I won't step on any touchy subject. You won't, go ahead. The people here are disquieting. Every few words, she taps the table with her finger. Their traditions won't help them negotiate with the officials. Here, she starts to draw the lines with her index finger, as if she's pointing at an invisible map. The peninsula is connected with roads like a big circle. In the northwest, you'll find a weird village at a bog. It's not exactly pagan, I don't think. It even has a priest who claims to be an eremite. You nod. She means a fellowship. They do crazy shit, her companion chips in. They use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. I once saw it. I beg to never return there. I see. You've heard tales such as this one since you were a child. If an isolated settlement manages to survive without a city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions they have to deal with, and the rustic pagan traditions muddy their river of faith. The United Church often warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers, and blood mages, the bringers of doom, the traitors to humankind. Any monster worth mentioning? Anything that could catch my mount? We saw all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, treants, cats large and small, runners, howlers, wolves, spike boars, mouflon eaters, griffons, but we managed to stay away. Some could catch up with most animals. Tulia glances at her companion. Though a palfrey should be fine, the trees are so tall that the flying creatures keep to the coast and mountains. There's not that many humans around, and the animals are busy fighting among themselves. They fight more for food than territory. The soldier cracks his knuckles. Don't provoke them and ride fast. Just count on luck. Were you able to speak with these necromancers? You can see why we were not eager to go there if we could avoid it, the lieutenant chuckles. Maybe they'll be more welcoming to a Roadwarden. The roads are dangerous, with little to no shelters. People need your help. The man in the shirt turns a bit and points a finger to the northwest. If you're heading to the undead village, you'll get to an inn first, and soon. Tulia nods. Health of the North is a safe place. You can talk with the innkeep or the guards. Ask them about the road. And how about the east? Enjoy your food, Cube. She stares off across the camp. Hard to tell. We went there only once. There are hills, forests, rivers. We saw a tunnel sculpted in leaves and branches, but we didn't enter it. Wilderness all around. Any ideas what happened to the previous Roadwarden? Tulia takes a deep breath. Aren't you a bit late for a rescue mission? We haven't heard from him for almost half a year. The soldiers speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their story straight. They confirm that he had stopped by their camp a few times, but stopped showing up at all in the early summer. The bearded soldier starts to scratch the table with the tip of his knife without looking at you. I don't remember his voice. Always busy, drowning in things to take care of. He would sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on that wax tablet of his. Yep, and leave at dawn. Unlike us, Asterion never gets bored. Tulia lets out a joyless chuckle. He is secretive, but some of the locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he just doesn't like us. Sounds like you're not sure if he's dead or not. If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone is keeping him in a basement. The man carves with passion. We haven't seen him or his Saurian. Something ate them, I bet. Saurian is, I bet, another type of mount. The officials have hired you, right? They don't expect him to return. Richer Roadwardens often use four-legged, meat-eating Saurians as their mounts. So it's basically it's basically this. Yes, I was looking for that. Although the Saurus in Quest regularly is two-legged, not four-legged. They have to be tamed and trained since they're hatching, but unlike horses, they can easily defend themselves from many monsters. At least your palfrey is fast and reliable, and won't suddenly sink its teeth into an innocent passerby. Do you know what he was looking for? Maybe he left you a message? Neither one of us had any insight into his dealings, says Tulia. My predecessor left me no clues. We also took a look at the Assyrian stuff. Wait! She raises her open palm. I almost forgot. She stands up and heads to a nearby tent. He has kids in a village near Havlaman. I was planning to take all his things there. A pouch, a second spear, a decent bow, some potions. Quite a treasure. She glances at you. But I would much prefer to bring them the truth about their father. So you want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff? Here's the catch. She dusts off the hilt of her sword. You've hired a messenger to ask the commanders for further orders. Since she hasn't returned and you know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her. She sighs with resignation. We are meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us. Tell us what you learned about the man, and we'll get back to Hollowan together. You think about your real mission. You were planning to return to Hollowan in the early fall anyway. If he's alive, I don't think he's going to be happy about me taking away all of his possessions. True, but he's considered dead. I doubt he'd begrudge you anything. And who knows, you may just find his shell lying on the roadside tomorrow. He wears mail, uses a spear mostly. Maybe 5 feet tall but stout. Long red beard, short hair, pale face, rarely smiles. She glances at her companion, but after he adds nothing, she sits down, stretches out her legs. So find out what happened to him. Dead, alive, left, just let me know. I've lost my rope, could you spare one? You're in luck. She heads toward one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack, revealing a rope. She brings it back and nonchalantly sits down on her chair. Take it, I was planning to leave it behind. I take a closer look. A fine rope, regular rope made of hemp fibers. I take it and offer some food in return. Well, we don't have to give anything. Let's be nice anyway. Tulia leans forward and rests her forearms on her thighs, looking down with clasped hands. Then meets your eyes. I'd normally refuse, but we need some decent food. Every day I'm searching through our growths, looking for worms and putridity. We forage, but it's not a great spot. Some food rations will brighten up a foggy day. For now, you leave the rope on the table. There is much more to talk about, but it's not... it's optional. So we can go through them quickly. I'm not gonna read out loud. Try to catch something interesting. They were caught by a treant. Successor. Lieutenant was hit by a slingshot. His boyfriend also died. Squad's mission: keeping people alive. Doesn't talk about the mission in detail. So, they recommend we go to the inn. Avoid cheap jokes, stick to trade, don't waste this time. One more thing if I can, the bearded man approaches you. Can you take the first watch? Splitting time between 3 people makes a great difference. You think for a moment to fully rest, you'd need a good sleep. Sure, leave it to me. Fabulous. He pats your shoulder. You should be calm at least before midnight. Wake me up in a few hours or even earlier if anything happens. I'm happy to do my part. Okay,
Jotbiler's just boosted
I'm going to
Wasteland.
take a short break. I'm going to get some tea chat. This is a lot of
Jotbiler's
reading.
just boosted Fountain of
Welcome,
Dreams.
Jotlers. Good to see you. Stick around. I'll be back in 5 minutes. We are gonna run the ads and we are gonna
Jotbiler's
continue.
just boosted
I
Mutant
appreciate your
Year
patience.
Zero.
Be right back. We continue waiting. Toot toot. I'm back. Stay tidy to have a better chance to influence others. Thanks, Liz. You don't stand out from the crowd. You won't get much cleaner without a proper bath. So that's also hygiene. Maybe we lost some hygiene by taking the night shift, the first shift. I prepare for my watch. Soldier in the short is eager to guide you. Just observe the area. Hey, Branka!
Forward march!
Welcome, Branka. Welcome, Bo. Welcome, Merdezu. Welcome, Foreign Bob. Welcome, Raiders. How are you? Good to see you.
All right, he's here and he's ready.
What is? Oh, oh,
Hi, Morgan. Thank you so much for asking me a question. I appreciate it. What kind of music are you into? Well, I all my brothers and I have different music tastes, but my favorite is country music, and some folk because it has to do with the nature, trees, and all that. So yeah, folk and country maybe.
welcome, Nazel.
What are your favorite types of music, y'all? I would love to know. So, you wish to say? Write it on the
Welcome,
chat.
Goo Goo
Alright?
Gaga, baby man.
Take care, Morhan. Thank you so much for summoning me.
That was amazing. I was half expecting him to say, well, I love listening to black metal and death metal. Welcome, Mr. D. Branka, to answer your question, if is this good? Disco Elysium. Branka asks, is this good? First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? Is this good? Disco Elysium is the best game, in my opinion, ever made. Do check out Branka. Branka plays awesome RPGs, lots of them. She's been playing Arcanum and she started Disco Elysium today. Some of you probably know it's my favorite game and I love it so much. I love it so much that Branka is playing it for the first time. It's gonna be, I hope you're enjoying it. First time Disco Elysium is a huge experience. It was for me. Like very influencing game, I think. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I'm Mitral, and we usually do points and clicks on RPGs here. We are taking a look at Roadwarden. We are also gonna take a look at Ballroom today. First looks at two RPGs that are in our radar, in our RPG lists. So far, it's been good. A lot of reading. It's like choose your own adventure RPG game, and we just started. It's been fun so far, but I cannot tell you much more than that. We are just learning the game. How are you enjoying Disco Elysium? That is the bigger question. The first time I played Disco Elysium, when it first came out, I wasn't streaming back then. I was just playing games for myself, on my own. And I couldn't continue, I had to stop. It's kind of resonated so much with me, some of the themes. It was affecting me a lot, the things I had to read in the game. I just couldn't continue. I was loving the game, but it felt too much. I don't know how to find how to express it completely, like which words to use. It was so impressive, and so influencing. The language, there wasn't voice acting back then. Also, the language, the feelings the character goes through sometimes. It's just such a great game. Then I played it again years later. We streamed it, and then I was able to finish the game. And like I say, it's absolutely my favorite game, along with Planescape Torment, which I know you also played. So I always find the games have many similarities in some regards, even though they are fundamentally different in many ways. I do consider those two games best examples of art in games, basically. Hope you are having a good time with it. Hope you're having a good time with it, Branka. And thank you so much for the raid again, bringing your friends and community after your stream. And as I said, absolutely check out Branka. If you've never been to her streams, if you like RPGs, chances are you like RPGs. If you are spending time in my channel, you will most certainly enjoy Branka's more, so do check her out for sure. So, let's continue our game. But yeah, if you don't have to go right, if you have to go, that's perfectly fine. But if you don't have to go right away, tell us about your character, your main character a little bit. Like, what skills did you go with? What kind of personality and psychology you went with? The soldiers in the shirt is eager to guide you. Just observe the area. There's plenty of griffins around, though they won't try to jump over the palisade. Probably. Better watch out for the apes. They climb up and carry out any food they can find. And there's this one really loud were elk that keeps smelling the wall, though it has never tried to get in. He points at the gates. The lieutenant and I will block the entrances. They're quite heavy, so if anyone comes here looking for shelter, better call us to help you out. And if this someone is being chased by wolves or anything, better throw them the rope instead. He scratches his head. If it gets cold, feel free to make a fire. And the best place is on the watchtower. You may want to put a blanket there or something. Thank you for the follow. I don't know why the alert didn't play. Sometimes it hiccups or has other problems, but I appreciate the follow. The watchtower. He gives you a long, puzzled look. Oh, here. He points at the pile of crates. Just climb up to the tallest one. You'll have a great view at the northern side, the more dangerous side. And also, I know you're tired after all that riding. He points at the tent on the other side of the camp. I can handle a couple of hours sleeping on the ground. If you wish, go there after me and rest, just this once. At least I have a pallet inside. You have a special name that breaks things? It's the baby power, you know? Oops, I broke something. I broke the priceless mink ways or something. But yeah, I appreciate the follow. Thank you, baby man. I smile. Thanks a lot. You put your blanket on the tallest crate and sit down. The night is warm, but the sporadic summer breeze brings gentle refreshment. From time to time, your back aches, and you have to force yourself to keep your eyes open. The light of the moon helps you focus on the tall grasses. For most of the time, you spot smaller critters and birds, but there are exceptions. At one point, you see 3 horned deer trying to challenge one another. Before they clash their antlers, a 2-legged dragonling appears, leading its much smaller offspring. The furry beasts try to intimidate the predators with roars and aggressive head movements. After a few moments, both sides walk away slowly, not willing to risk the fight, nor to admit their defeat.
Life-giving water.
Thanks, Chair. I don't let it distract me. I keep looking around. You hear the death screams of distant prey and the mating calls of monkeys. Runners are chasing a gray hare. A group of musk oxen lazily chew the grass, preparing themselves to sleep. A dusk fox is running together with a lynx, making playful screeches. Sorry. Thankfully, you never have to intervene. You just sit there, watching the not-so-distant forest, trying to outlast your sleepiness. You can only guess how much time has passed. Once you feel you've had enough, you climb down and go to a tent, waking up the bearded man with just a couple of words. You confirm that nothing important has happened. I gather my things and squeeze into the tent. I use my bag as a pillow, put my blanket on the pallet, and cover myself with my cloak. Sleeping in a tent is not the stuff of dreams, but it's a much welcomed rest. The pallet keeps the cold soil away. The moonlight saves the outside world from the eerie gloom. You listen to your own breath and find a comfortable position. Your job starts tomorrow. I focus on the real goal of my journey. New journal entry: explore the peninsula. Journal. Find the Roadwarden. Explore the peninsula. I have to leave the peninsula on the 1000th day of my journey or sooner. I think this says 1000 because we removed the time limits. In normal difficulty it's 40 days, in hard difficulty it's 30 days. We set it to be no time limit, but it still does say 1000. I wonder if 1000 is actually a limit. Still. Easy on 69 days? No, 69 is nice. It's not easy. It's nice. To add worth to my work here, I could secure the rose by getting rid of any major threats and convince the tribes to negotiate with the officials. It's an optional quest, 69? Maybe. Soldiers told me about a large village that repeatedly uses necromancy, even though it's forbidden by law. It can be extremely dangerous. I should take a look and judge for myself. The village is somewhere among the bogs. Humans Asterion, the previous Roadwarden. Pelt's in Keep, Pelt of the North. Tulia is the soldier. Groups and places, Howlovan is the city. Ooh. Wow. We heard about dragonlings. We heard about the 3 antlered deers. The deer is not in the list here. We heard about triumphs. They are tall creatures with thick, hard skin and exceptional patience. They are slow, but thanks to their camouflage, every now and then they hit and knock out smaller creatures, then devour them whole. Since they don't have leaves, they usually grow amongst wetlands or hills, where they resemble plants that struggle with those harsh conditions, though it's not a rule. Oh dear. Oh dear. So they are not really trees, like in the traditional sense. They are just big, slow, hard-skinned creatures that look like plants. Dragon bones, also known as coins. Oh, there's so much. These are probably worth reading in another lifetime. Meme notes. There is too much to read. The Merchant Guild wants to take control of this realm. Your wardening duties are secondary. First and foremost, you need to explore the peninsula. Learn about the territory, resources, and threats. Get to know the locals, and if you can, convince them to consider negotiations with Howlovan officials and traders. Could the tribes resist the soldiers or be a threat to the priests of the United Church? Are there any forbidden practices that need to be eradicated, such as blood magic, necromancy, robbery, or slavery? At least I have time. I need to be as thorough as I can. Once you finish your reconnaissance, you should speak with Tulia and return to Howlovan. There you'll report back to your employers and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to pursue. So I choose my own personal quest here. Let's say I want to be remembered as the soul who brought peace and order to this realm, a hero. New shelter unlocked, new entry, become a hero, easy peasy. You can't travel during the night, press the sleep button to rest. So now we have become a hero quest. So you want to be a hero. Quest for glory 6. So you want to become a Roadwarden. I want to be remembered as the soul who brought peace and order to this realm, a hero.
Must consume.
If you must. Do what you must, Faison. Do what you must. Make sure you enjoy doing it though. Thanks for the luck. Sleep. Sleeping in a tent. You can spend the night in a borrowed tent. It's nothing special, but it will protect you from the wind and rain, and the ground won't be painfully too hard. So we are gonna lose some... What was this? Pneuma. No, are we gonna... No, we are gonna lose appearance. We are gonna get dirtier. We are gonna lose vitality. We are gonna feel our... We are gonna lose nourishment. We are gonna get hungrier. We are gonna get dirtier. We are gonna get hungrier. We are gonna feel healthier. And we are gonna feel our magic power a little bit as well. You don't need to eat now. Sleep. You take a look at your amulets. For most people, they would be nothing more than a trash, but you wouldn't sell them for a pouch of dragon bones. You use them to shape Numa to your will. With these little mementos, the few spells you're familiar with are far more reliable. Who knows, maybe there's already some power held in them. You look at the old, though clean bandages that remember dozens of herbal balms and wounds. You can put them on your hurting muscles, bruises, and scratches. Then hum an old song about time, which either heals old wounds or kills us too soon to let us bother with our problems. After a few hours or so, the linen will warm up, confirming it did its job. This tent may not be much, but your spell would make you feel as good as new, though you'd lose some of your energy. I'd rather keep my soul stronger than my shell. Let's go with this, let's keep our Numa. Hey Ray, how are you doing? See you. Happy Monday. So we didn't feel vitality. Because I guess it said 0 quadrants. It had a plus, but 0 quadrants highlighted, so it didn't really feel any amount. But we lost nourishment and we got dirty. And we filled our Numa. You're woken up by sunlight, well rested and ready. Without haste, you gather up your things. After only a couple of breaths, you notice a weird smell, like roast. No, burning meat. Burning rotten meat. Disgust crawls into your consciousness. You exit the tent. Your horse is looking around nervously. Your bags are where you had left them. You see an open gate. I go outside to see what's happening. Both soldiers are standing near a humble pyre. The man in the shirt looks at it contemplatively. Tulia is the first one to address you. She greets you with a nod. She greets you with a nod. We use the horse's manure to the flames, so don't worry about cleaning it up. You see a corpse among the flames. It's impossible to tell if it belongs to a male or a female, but it was an adult. The burning process won't be over for a couple more hours. A traveler or an undead? The latter. A young one. She lacked the pneuma to understand that she couldn't get inside the camp without climbing. I stabbed her with a spear from a safe distance. She shifts her weight. One more fog and she'll be a real threat. Even now it took a couple of hits to knock her down. Sooner or later every human shell wakes up, gaining more strength with each soul it devours and each moment it spends in the fogs. Burning the dead is not just a religious practice, it's a necessity. Soldiers, priests, village mayors, even road wardens. Making a large pyre takes a lot of time, but it saves lives. Tulia calls this undead a she. Most unites hesitate to do so. Time for me to leave. Running away from the reek, huh? I don't blame you. She walks with you for a few steps. Find us here if you need us, or if you learn what happened to Asterion. There's enough ground here for you to rest. Safe travels. These words make you stop. An old farewell mocked in a number of songs and tales. But yet you hear no scorn in Tulia's voice. You wonder how many acts of kindness like this one you are going to experience in the days to follow. She returns to the pyre. So safe travels is used sarcastically in this setting. Because traveling is never safe, I assume. But Tulia says it genuinely, without any mocking or sarcasm. I prepare myself for the journey. You somehow miss the fact that your mount is already saddled and warmed up. You double check the equipment, but you don't need to fix anything. The soldiers were diligent. Normally preparing any palfrey for a long journey takes a long time. You put on your gambeson and make sure your axe is tightly attached to your belt, then get in the saddle. The palfrey nickers ready to leave. It's time for you to get to the crossroads north from here. I need to ride north. Oh, very interesting. This has a overland map. Let's travel now. Even at a later hour, you wouldn't expect to meet any travelers in the valley. The warm summer breeze lures your mount forward, but the serene chirping of birds is quickly replaced by distracting screeches and gurgles coming from further down the path. You soon find the pack of four-legged griffins. They are larger than foxes and merge the features of birds and furred beasts. Each one is of a different size, coats, and colors, and their temperaments are just as varied. Their fronts are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darker fur. Their wings are massive, making them impressive jumpers, but they are too heavy to fly. About 24 beasts are yelling, brawling, and chasing each other around, blocking your path. I consider my options. The dice icon marks the actions that involve a random chance. If you have enough Pneuma, you can cast spells to access unique interactions. We have max, so we can cast a spell. You can't enter the forest blindly. If these or other creatures were to chase after you, the thicket would be disastrous for your horse. There are reasons why travelers stay as close to the main roads as possible and why adventurers move in groups. Usually, the safest approach would be to stay where you are and just wait for the pack to get hungry. It may, however, take up to a couple of hours. You are thinking about your conversation with Tulia, you've got a lot to do, and time may be of the essence. Let's cast a spell. I grab an amulet and shape a missile of light. A harmless flare will frighten them off. Costs 1 Pneuma. You can learn more about your abilities in the character sheet. So appearance is a combination of different stats. So it involves cleanliness, vitality, clothing, durability, clothing, cleanliness, and the type of outfit we have. Okay. Spared animals. Religion atheists. Lies. Sewing experience. Gambling. Oh, this is very interesting. That they have different spaces for themselves. Like sewing experience is the same category as the lies you told and your religion. Interesting way to create your character sheets. Any perks into fashion? We are not playing fashion souls. Come on. You grab one of the oldest amulets, a pendant made of leather and a single dim pearl. The little sphere is covered by cryptic engravings, but if there is any special meaning behind them, you were never able to find out what it could be. Holding the pearl between your fingers, you feel the pleasant, familiar warmth. The spell you are about to cast is not much more than a mere illusion, but you take a couple of breaths, trying to minimize any risk of failure. The pneuma leaves your shell, formed into a white ball that you barely comprehend. When it falls next to the griffins, for a couple of blinks, it emits dazzling light. The animals squeak and snarl, fleeing in multiple directions at once. The road is now clear. I ride forward and enjoy the touch of my pendant. It cools down slowly. Keep track of your achievements as your journey unfolds. My name is I used to be a mage. I think this was a bad idea for a name. It's gonna confuse me in dialogues. Are they calling out my name, or are they thinking about what to say? The road splits. According to what the soldiers have told you, you may find a safe in by turning left. The forest to the right is lush and the trail overgrown. Kids used to have this song. How did it go? The harshest pathway leads to the dragon's lair. Those who search for treasure, do you truly dare? The signpost in front of you doesn't make your situation much clearer. It was put here by someone who can't write, for folks who can't read. Covered in old red paint, it points east. Blood there, as people say. Danger to be found. There is not a soul to ask for guidance. My name is reading has ruined my life. I'm 31 years old. I'll look at my horse. What's its name? Is as peaceful as you stroke its mane. Maybe it can help you choose a path, but you spend many years together. Happy to go on, it takes a couple of steps forward. You spot a few berry shrubs and wild cabbages, but they still need at least 2 weeks to gain maturity. Travel. So east is dangerous, west is safe. From what we read. Covered in old red paint, it points east. Blood there, as people say. Danger to be found. Let's go west. Trots with ease, unbothered by the few branches covering the beaten road. The bird songs and distant howls draw your attention to the forest, which gets sparser and brighter. You spot boars, roe deer, and saurians. The sight of a nearby wolf pack worries you, but once you push your hips forward and your palfrey enters a canter, the beasts don't even begin a pursuit. The speed alone will protect you from many dangers. You notice a stone tower taller than the trees. It must be the inn I've heard about. Inns like this one fit the regions traveled by merchants, but you wouldn't expect a place of this size in a forsaken peninsula. The stone and lumber must have been transported from far away, and the workers, guarded by expensive mercenaries, surely lived for many seasons in a primitive hamlet, subsisting on salted supplies. There are seemingly no cracks in the wall, and the building was whitewashed only a few years back. The road is wide and beaten. Dozens of souls could hide, if not in the buildings, then at least in the yard. The expenses and labor put into this fortress were worth many trading ships. Journey? No, I haven't. Is it also a sort of choose your own adventure, DC? 3 armed people are on the ramparts, though you only see what's above their waistline. They are leaning on a parapet right next to the gate, and you think you notice a glimpse of a smile. They wear gambesons, each one of them dyed differently, yellow, green, and linen grey. I approach the gates. A woman in yellow armor leans forward. She has long, curly, disorderly hair pointing in every possible direction. This combination of colors doesn't work at all. In the woods, one would have to shout to draw this much attention. There's still a fair distance between the two of you, but she speaks loudly. I haven't seen a horse for years now. I just said that it's weird to see such a large jackass, huh? Her voice is young and strong, with an accent that reminds you of the villages spread around Havlavan. But no jackass would wear a saddle, I'd say. She exchanges a few words with the male guard wearing green, giving you time to move closer. Well, this one here says there really are donkey saddles. Say, traveler, how hard is it to ride a horse? Wait, that does part as well. Let's be playful with them. I laugh. You wouldn't believe it, the lessons were a pain. You get off your horse and imitate the silly walk from the day that followed your first long journey, when your whole shell was crying. You illustrate the pain as you move your hand from your back to hips, then thighs. In return, the guards tell you about that time when they had to carry their friend with bitten off legs for 3 days straight through the heart of the woods. Meanwhile, the other guards open the gate. You may be in a good mood, the yellow in yellow jacket smiles at you. But don't get so noisy when you talk to our boss. The man never smiles. He has the world's suffering sculpted on his face. She leads you under the roof under which your palfrey can rest, tethered with a cord to a wooden post, near some old hay. Once you are ready, go inside, speak with our boss. Maybe you're hungry? We are actually very hungry. The other guards take care of various chores. They peek at your mount every now and then as they are splitting firewood. cleaning their clothes, weeding the garden patches, and moving chairs. 2 of them are making a rope. You head towards the inn, hearing the piercing scream of a boar from the other side of the yard. I open the door. New shelter unlocked. If you're at an inn in the morning, you can spend the entire day on resting. I think we should. We don't have time limits in this difficulty, so... We actually do have a time limit. That's really funny. When we chose no time limit, it actually gave us a 1,000-day time limit, which should be way, way more than necessary, I suppose. But it's still a limit. I'm surprised. I guess technically the way they built the engine maybe doesn't allow for no limits. Though I would expect something more like 1,023 days rather than a flat 1,000. The locked windows make their air stuffy and the weak fire in the stove hardly lightens up the hall. A muscular man is sweeping the floor near the stairs, but after he glances at you, he leans the broom against the wall and heads behind the counter. You're lucky to show up. His voice is deep and soft with a still-like accent. He observes you with keen attention, yet avoids your eyes. I have a keg of decent ale, wormwood, bog myrtle, juniper berries, cat's foot. He fills the mug carefully and puts it on the countertop. It's going to spoil soon, today maybe, and we don't drink here before the even. I hate to see the good stuff going to waste. His skin is dark, almost purple, rare even among the southern tribes, and his hair is naturally bluish. His clothes are quite fancy for manual labor. The elegant tunic wouldn't stand out in the city square. I stand at the counter. The planks let out a creak after every step you make, so you slow down a bit. You could swear that the innkeeper made little to no noise. You could swear. Here you go. He pushes the mug forward. But just so you know, my pelt of the north doesn't belong to Howlawan. You can sleep on the floor if you wish so, but if you want a bed or a meal, you have to pay. We may have some leftovers from dinner, but I'd need to check. So we need to be all business with this guy. We are not going to be friendly, we are not going to be playful, we are not going to be intimidating. Vulnerable could possibly work, but I don't think it will work either. Let's just go distance with this guy. I won't stay here for long. I introduce myself. He nods and fills another mug, this time with water. I guess there's no point in waiting for Asterion then. I'm glad to see someone taking his place. Even my crew here hits the road only if they need to see the healers of Halversdale. And they are more than resourceful. The Roadwarden is always going to find work here in the north, though maybe not on the eastern road. He takes a mouthful of water and drinks it with pleased sigh. There are no guests here at this time, or hardly ever. I can take a short break. For a brief moment, he meets your eyes. I drink the ale. The dark room and wooden walls of the mug make the liquid look as brown as a chestnut. The lee in the spring hits your nose, and the first sip is even too complex, too flowery. While the brewer has used fancy ingredients, the exotic licorice ruins the aftertastes. Now you know why there's so much left. Maybe it takes an acquired taste. The innkeeper nods. I was hoping to see someone willing to patrol the roads. Maybe you'll help me with a worrying thought I have. Which is? There are brigands in the woods. Our place is a stronghold, so I'm not afraid of an open strike. But they've gotten more active in the last 2 years. One day, they may steal our furs, and I've no doubt they are the reason why merchants come here only once. Having bandits around gets expensive. He rubs his hands together, camouflaging his pose. I want you to reach Halversdale, northwest from here. It's the largest settlement around. I'm sure you'll get there sooner or later. Ask Taze, the mayor, about Glosia, that bloodthirsty wolf of a woman. I've heard rumors about a raid in the north. If Glosia is ready to break the truce with the locals, I'm willing to join forces with them to get rid of her band. He looks at a nearby dragon bone. Not too difficult, right? Just do it when you have a chance. A couple of days won't make much of a difference. I'll pay you 2 coins when you get back with the news. Fine? 3. He nods with a smile. What else do you need? I could eat something. Do you have any leftovers? Yes, I feed them to our boar. I won't give them away for nothing. He tells you to wait, then leaves the building for a few minutes and returns with a wooden bucket and a long stick ending with a hook. Go through the gate and turn left. You'll see a bunch of bushes. We need some berries. Bring me a bucket full and you'll be done in half an hour or so. Your horse could use a nap anyway, and I'll prepare something to fill you. The hook is not made of metal or wood. It's a long curved claw, almost black. I reach for the tools. Half an hour? That's quite a lot for bear picking. The tools are cold, not too heavy. You notice a pair of thick gloves at the bottom of the bucket. Ah, the berries are not a problem. The innkeeper smirks. Unlike the snakes, better scare them away with a stick or move them with a hook. And protect your hands. The little ones won't eat you, but don't get bitten. I'm sure you know how to be patient. Fine, I'll go right away. You step outside. He's lazily looking around. At this hour, the armorer's workshop is closed. I should go outside and forage for berries. The innkeeper knew what he was talking about. You put on the gloves and look through the bushes from a safe distance. It doesn't take long before you notice the first serpent lying on a rock somewhere in the thicket. The creatures are not that large, and even if some of them hiss at you or slither closer, the jabs of the hook keep them at a distance. You don't know much about these berries. They are round and reddish. You wouldn't trust such a color even if you're looking for food in the wilderness. The plants don't have thorns, but the leaves are harsh. So make sure to thoroughly cover your skin with your clothes. You have to look through many bushes to fill the buckets, but the presence of insects and snakes doesn't allow you to relax. I gather the berries and go back to the inn. You return to the courtyard. 2 of the guards are participating in a friendly skirmish. Their wrestling is accompanied by a crowd. I enter the inn. The locked windows make the air stuffy, and the weak fire in the stove hardly lightens up the hall. The innkeeper is sitting on a stool, looking at the flames in the stove and holding a carrot and a knife without using them. So, you again. Need anything? I put his fruits on the counter. Great. He peeks inside the bucket. I've got cabbage stew with a few goose chunks for you. I'd serve it even to merchants if there were any around. The meal is warm and filling. It's well seasoned and not overcooked, so that nourished us 2 units. And like I said, I rarely have food to spare, but feel free to ask if you ever stop by. You may be lucky, and I've been cooking my whole life. Thanks. And how did that old hook of mine work for you? I see you still have your hands. I'd like to buy it from you. He narrows his eyes. Can't you make one for yourself? It's the claw that grabs my interest, honestly. Ah, I see. It's a nice one, ain't it? My guards once had to get rid of a pebbler. You can't really eat them, but their claws and bones are durable enough, so we put them to good use. For a moment, he observes your face. A single coin will be fair. I pay him. He takes it with a nod. Need anything else? I'm looking for Asterion, the previous Roadwarden. Are you now? He goes to the table and invites you to sit down with him. I don't think I'm going to be of much help. He rests his elbow on the tabletop and grunts quietly to clear his throat. But I do want you to find him, so... When asked about his intentions, he measures his words. Asterion and I made a risky deal. Well, a promising one. Last time he was here, he took 50 coins. My half of the investment. He knocks on the table with a fist anxiously. If you get my coin, or at least find out what happened to that guy, I'll make sure you won't be disappointed after bringing me the news. Could it be that Asterion stole the coins and ran away? He looks at the window and starts to play with a shutter. I just think Asterion ain't the kind of soul that would do such a thing. For him, it wasn't much of a fortune, and I'd risk saying he had earned my trust. Not only mine, you know. It's easy for a Roadwarden to make connections. He always had places to go, things to take care of. He rubs the table with his thumb, as if trying to clean an invisible stain. I was travelers. I've sent a couple of pals to find them. No real news. I know he stayed in White Marshes for a day and was meant to do something for people there. It's a village in the northwest. Just stay on the main road until you reach the bogs. Then enter them. You may get there before dusk. So, let me know once you find anything, and we may yet return to this whole investment thing. I'll think about it. What else do you need? What can you tell me about the peninsula? Let's see. What will I find traveling west? Hills nearby, you'll find a village. It was destroyed by beasts a decade ago. Nothing to see there. Goblins live there. Most people just travel around it. Okay. You'll get to a large tree on the edge of the swamp. For the locals, it's sacred. You are not used to hearing someone mentioning pagans if there is nothing unusual about them. There's a small path south, which leads to an old mine in the mountains. Nothing to find there. But keep riding north and you'll find Halbersden. Okay, so we go west, past the village, we get to a tree, then we go north to Halversdale. I nod. I know only a bit about the next settlement, Old Pagos. The soil there ain't too fertile, so they work in the quarry to help other settlements build things in exchange for crops. The forests and hills ain't too harsh, but the Seekers have a small monastery nearby in the mountains. I don't care much for them. They keep to themselves and they don't pay well. The third village is unknown to me. White Marshes, said at the box. Okay, so White Marshes is 2 villages past the first village that we're gonna visit. This is the third village. That's where the previous Roadwarden stayed. Okay. Are the eastern roads as rough as I've heard? Pretty much. Don't leave the main road, I'd say. Not so far from here, you'll find an old dolmen. What is dolmen? A few of my people had to spend the night there, and the monkeys stole food and goats from their bags. It was their fault. One of them had fallen asleep in the middle of his watch, but you know, the eastern forests are wild. The furthest my team has ever gone was the home of Enchantress. So what, we go east to the crossroads? Then turn east again? Welcome back, Hazen. I don't get it. We turn some other way somewhere? Just stay on track until we reach the I guess, okay. I guess the road naturally turns north or south. Then from the crossroads we turn east. So back to the crossroads. If you turn left instead, you'll see a road. People stay away from it. It connects the tower and the monastery, a shortcut between the 2 sides of the peninsula. I was warned by the locals not to use it. It already belongs to the beasts. Have you ever been to the northern coasts? Knows about another inn. A day on foot. Never been there. Is there a good story behind the inn's name? Enjoy your day, Mason. Thanks for stopping by. Come on, it's rumors worth sharing. Tell me about... Ooh! Tulia. I ain't seen Tulia in quite some time. Since her squad vanished in the fogs, she's been careful. Glad to know she's still alive. She's too inexperienced to lead others to battle, I think. He shrugs. Like most people, she needs to follow orders, but she already knows that. There's nothing worse than a fighter too stupid to limit their ambitions. Interesting. Enchantress. Oh, Eudocia is crazy. She lives in a lonely house all by herself, skinny and dirty like a corpse eater. Surrounded by golems. Never smiles, never cries, one of those. She never leaves her home, and if you see it from far away, it looks abandoned. 5 times a year, people travel to her and trade barrels of food for magical items. Do I have anything you'd like to buy? What do you have for sale? We have 4 coins. We could buy
Life-giving water.
We could buy food. We have only 1 ration. Let's buy soap too, so we can clean up. Thanks, Jer. It's a talkie stream. I'm gonna drink some more. You add the soap to your travel sets. Good. Okay, let's leave. That's all I need. I head to the armorer. Greetings. The man raises his hand, but it's the boy who speaks, focused on his task. He ain't talking. Tell him what it is that you need. The man smiles in confirmation, looks at the piece of garment in his hand, then looks around. I'm in need. Could you patch my clothes if they were torn? He wouldn't even if he had the tools. Can try in howlers then. I'm in need of your services. He nods, points at the laces in front of your jacket, raises his clenched fingers to his shoulders, then gently spreads and lowers them, as if he's taking off a robe. You follow his command and allow him to properly inspect your gambeson. After a few minutes, he gives it back, then reaches for his pouch. He pulls out 1 dragon bone, shrugs another one, and waves both of them in the air, pursing his lips. He makes a few speech-like noises with his empty mouth, groaning what sounds like, I don't know. Let's fix it. Okay. He fixed it for 1 coin. Learning the trade, I see. Kind of, he answers reluctantly, but his teacher pats his knee, giving him a harsh look. The kid clears his throat. Yes, but we both ain't masters, you see. There is not a soul to teach us, so once I'm ready, I'll try hunting instead. Fixing things for others is boring. The man grunts a sound, though you don't understand it. Seeing your face, the boy chuckles. He said safe. Let's meet in the middle. Boring, but safe. The man nods. Gambeson could use some adjustments. Okay. I go to the well. I wash my shell. You need 3 pieces of bathing equipment to get more out of this place. Let's wash the shell. Splashing yourself with cold water from a bucket won't take away your smell, but it's enough to remove the tallow and sweat from your skin or mud stains from your clothes. Our appearance is better now. Cleanliness increased. I step away. Approach the guards. So, the new Roadwarden, she points at the window with her chin, forestalling the question. We don't need anything now, but when we travel with our furs, we can use some assistance. She may be around 30, but her warm voice and bright smile are camouflaging the touch of time on her unpowdered face. Like many red-haired people with freckles, her skin is unhealthily pale. The boar runs up to her, observing your boots and fruitlessly sniffing for food beneath the beaten ground. She pats its back, but maintains her focus. How about a game or two? We have a bit of time and can talk a bit about this and that. Maybe you'll get a couple of coins, or lose one. She winks. We could play dice or throw axes at the target. Let's save. Quick save. If we lose, we are gonna reload. Your arrival and especially the Dragon Bone you pull out are cheerfully welcomed. Two of the guards bring a table from the inn, another one prepares couples of stools and chairs. A couple of stools. They are also spectators, and you are told that the other hunters are either sleeping or have duty on the tower. Remember, no magic, says one of the players. His face is deadly serious. The game is new to you, but in no way baffling. 4 people can play at once. The wooden dice are long, with only 4 dotted faces. Every time someone wins a round, they get a point, and the person with the most points at the end of the game wins all the coins. But how do you earn a point? As you play, you don't feel like you have much control over the results. I blend them with the group. Let's see how lucky I am. Your score is second best. Nice one, you hear from the man with a fancily braided beard, who reaches to pick up your dragon bone. Let's try again. Let's see if it always leads to the same outcome. Oh, it didn't lead to the same outcome, so it's possible to save scum this. Let's see what happens when we win. Second bests. Second bests. Lowest. Can I win once, please? Ooh, we won. During the final round, you get ahead of everyone, and the spectators playfully comment on your moves. The winner takes all. 3 dragons are placed on the table, and you put them into your pouch quickly. The table and chairs are moved back into the building, and the guard in yellow armor thanks you for playing. Is there anything you need? I was forging for berries for the innkeep. So I've heard, don't worry about it. Usually we forge by ourselves, but he wouldn't ask you for a dragon or for a meal. He gives small jobs to people all the time, just to see who agrees to do them, wants to judge who is of use and who is too proud for their own good. Have you ever been at the heart of the wood? We sometimes hunt south from there. Tell me about yourself. I have some questions about this place. Oh, there's way too much. Okay. Knowledge about wild creatures. Is there discounts for friends? 15 dragons? Wow, that's expensive. Depending on the friend, let's say 14. I walk away. Travel. So we are gonna travel, but we first gotta run the ads. We are gonna go west and north to the next village. I'm gonna run the ads, chat. I appreciate your patience with the ads. We are gonna continue in 3 minutes or so. Stick around. Let's do the boosts. Sorry. Yeah.
Paraguay's just roosted Roadwarden.
Thanks for the boosts, Parrot, Thor, Ash, Jattler, Smarto, dude. Roadwarden, Warhammer 30k. They are getting more and more used to you and the windowsill. It kinda is, Ash, yeah. It kinda is. I'm not very sure about this game as a critical hits game. This is not really a roguelike, but it almost feels like that. Not a roguelike, but choose your own adventure. And it can lead to failures, as we have seen, even if you don't limit the time. So this is a game where you have to keep restarting, it seems. Both to succeed and to see more of the game. So one playthrough, even if successful, won't show you much of the game. Yeah. It is a good game. I'm loving it, but I'm just not sure how good it would be. Like depending on how long the story takes, let's say a successful story takes, I don't know, how long would it take? Obviously I don't know the game. Let's say 12 hours. It can't take longer than that, I think. Because this game isn't meant, the player isn't meant to explore everywhere, see everything. Normally there's a time limit. Even if you don't have a time limit, then you have other limits like the food, money. It's clearly meant to be played multiple times. 16 to 20 for you, okay. Just one playthrough. Was it your first playthrough that you managed to win? First ever playthrough that you managed to win? Or did you play a few times before that? Welcome back from the ads, everybody. Where's my cursor? Cursor, hello? Cursor is disappearing when I focus on the game. Okay, let's fix that. Maybe parrots, maybe. Maybe. The road uphill meanders, slowing you down and forcing you to pay close attention to not only to the shadows of the trees, but also to the tight, rocky passages. You can't help but notice a few caves and fine ambush spots. I keep an eye out for any sign of life. Standing in front of the gate, you hear no voices, no tools at work, no steps. Dozens of birds live among the collapsed roofs. Their fluttering, singing, and squawking is free of worries. I am happy to keep this game in critical hits. I'm just a little worried that it's gonna end up like one of those short games. You will spend who knows how many months boosting it. It will eventually get selected, then we are gonna finish it in 2 streams. And we will end up missing 70% of the game in the process. Because I know I will not want to play more than once. So that's what worries me. Otherwise, I would play it as part of critical hits. Critical bits. Oh, actually, it was suggested by Parrot for the shorter games to have their own something. Critical bits sounds really funny and nice for that. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to separate shorter games. I've talked about my reservation about that kind of approach before. If you want to travel any further, you need to ride around the palisade. Searching the ruins may take a lot of time. The broken gate in the north will lead you to the village. The sound of a gentle river reaches you from the east, where you see a saggy fence surrounded on overgrown pasture. Behind the burnt buildings in the east, you see an oddly barren field. I mean, I suppose we could try to play this game in a completionist way. Remove the time limits, and then we try to visit everywhere in the game. Rather than trying to succeed in the main quest, we try to visit everywhere. And do not finish the game before we do so. That would take a long time, that would show us more of the game. I'm not sure if it's possible, but it could be possible. You recommend scheduling it for one of Tuesdays, avoiding Ashik Mana Crystal, removing it from criticals. That's another thing we can do. We could do it as a Tuesday-Wednesday stream, just play the game as normal, as it's meant to be played, one playthrough. Maybe. I take a closer look at the gate. The palisade is in good shape and the entrance wasn't even touched by the fire. It was torn away, possibly thrown. The amount of used force must have been huge, but you'd expect that it would push the gate into the village, not away from it. I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. You don't see any marks of a dragon bite. A troll could toss such planks, but after so many years, you see no paw prints. A mage, you can't really tell. I approach the building near the field. The broken logs and planks are charred, while the wooden walls are rotten and covered in moss. You see no ashes or dust, proving that fire happened long ago. The smell is awful, and there are no reasons to stay for long. You see no furniture, just some broken shelves. It was just a storage room. The valuable odds and ends were already taken by the scavengers. I explore southwest part of the village. I inspect the fields in southwest part of the village. The buildings, some of which have collapsed, are made of woods, now charred and rotten. You spot claw marks on the walls, especially close to the doors and window frames. They could belong to a dragonling or a large wolf, larger than the grey ones, or a corpse eater. Too many options to make a guess. Yet no beast remains in sight. You find the remains of clothes, furniture, odds and ends. Only one object seems to be of use, a basket-like fish trap made of vines and willow branches. If a large fish swims into it, it won't be able to get out on its own. It's quite large, but I can fit it on my saddle. I love that the map shows where you have explored and hides where you haven't. I inspect the pasture in the southeast. You don't find a single sign of the livestock that lived there in the past. Any bones, horns, antlers, or dung have already been devoured by the wilderness. The breach in the southern fence wasn't made by some brute force. You find axe cuts in the spots that were ultimately broken away. After all these years, there are no tracks that you could follow. Fields in the southwest. You got soft like 3 times in rapid succession where you would lose too many resources to recover. Oh. Oh, really? That's also one thing I'm worried about in the games I play on stream. I don't want that to happen in my games. Getting soft like that and having to restart. I usually choose not to play games like that. So that would be a deal breaker in a Critical Hits game, but not necessarily in a Monday or even Tuesday, Wednesday stream. No, but it's that the game may cause that kind of situation on the player. It's the design uh, design point of the game. You are surrounded by what looks like a field plowed in late autumn, disturbed by hundreds of rains and snowfalls. There's a few clumps of grass and wheat, but a place like this one, abandoned for years, should already have turned itself into a green lea. A barren field, maybe it was overused, but you would still expect the weeds to sprout. A curse? The path leading west from here ends at the edge of the field, shifting into a meadow, then a forest. In the north, you see a path leading around the palisade. Let's investigate with a spell. I use my amulet to sense if there is Numa buried in this place. You unpack the wooden spheres, pleasantly smooth and light. The entire set fits in the palm of your hand. You place them in various spots, marking their positions by sticking a branch into the soil. All you can do now is wait, so you brush for a bit and make sure the saddle doesn't bother it. When you return to gather your amulets, all of them are much warmer than your skin. The entire field is corrupted, though seeing how there are already some plants growing from it, the spell is fading away. The curse is most likely as old as the last harvests. Source matter. This game is a lot like 80 Days in some ways. Of course, 80 Days didn't really have RPG elements like this. But in some ways, this is like 80 Days. Which you could also lose. In which resource management was also very important. Sorcery, I don't know that. When you return to gather your amulets, all of them are much warmer than yours. I walk away, I need the amulets to cool off. Okay. Never heard of that. The closer you are to the village, the longer you stay around, the sicker you feel. The taste of gastric juices hits your mouth, your forehead hurts, and you start to stumble. Worried by the sights, pokes your head with its nose. I walk far away from the walls. Leaning on your mount, you go outside, keeping your mouth shut. After a few minutes, your eyes get clearer. It may be better to live. I inspect the palisade in the west. The tracks of human footwear and many more ape footprints cover the path formed around the palisade's breach. As far as you can tell, the freshest footprints lead to the village. The wooden stakes spread on the ground are rotten, covered in mushrooms and small flowers, insects and worms. A good source of animal or goblin food, though you'd expect them to also hunt for the birds and eggs. The meadow in the west turns into a forest quickly. The grasses in the north surround dozens of tree stumps, already covered with moss and fungi. Going south, you'll reach a large field, though you don't see any crops. I shouldn't enter the forest, especially not in this area, it's unpredictable. Inspect the clearing in the west. The meadow is lush and colorful, and so dense it's unsafe for a rider. For a couple of minutes, you lead with a rope, avoiding the potential disaster in case of a hoof falling into an animal den. Being forced to travel around the palisade every time you get here is going to be a pain. Most of the tree trunks look similar and have a comparable size. They were most likely planted with the sole purpose of being cut down and used by the locals, though cutting so many trees at once. Let's move forward a little bit. Closer look at the gates. I go somehow. I head to the river. You suddenly realize there is something else buried among the kelp, a rusty sickle sticking out of the ground, a couple of stone axes and hoes. The wooden handles and the large wagon are covered with moss, but you recognize their shapes. Why would someone drop them here? On the opposite bank, the meadow turns into thick forests. Turn back. I'll spend some time setting up a fish trap at the bank. It would be better to not wait for too long, otherwise the prey may die of hunger. Let's consider washing myself in the river. I can inspect the fish trap tomorrow or later. Okay, let's travel. You enter the wetlands. I want to see a little more of the game rather than reading everything. It's been over 2 hours. We haven't seen combat at all, for example. You don't see any creatures nor humans. I look into the water. I take a closer look at the roots. Hey Golden, welcome. That's how you stopped as well? Did you read for 2 hours and then just stop? Okay, that's not reading for me. I'm done. I'm done. How are you doing, Golden? Good to see you. You kneel in front of one that's lying on the shore. It's brown, covered with hair that resembles that on your arm. I do something with it. Oh, this is very interesting. Dig. Wait. Kick. The root is flexible and stretchy. Your blunt hits sink into it like it's a pillow. Whenever you lean away, it returns to its original shape. Pull. The root doesn't resist your touch and you can easily bend it. You hold it tightly and your hands sink into it like it's a soft pillow. You feel its warmth. You start to pull, but with little to no effect, no matter how much strength you put into it. It's firmly held by something in the water, probably covered by swamp's floor. Cuts. You pull out your knife, then stop in place. You can't tell what the result of wounding the tree would be. Oh. You did like the vibes of the game, just a bit slow, still felt linear. Have you tried playing more than once? Well, I guess Ash did, so he can tell us. But I'd be also curious about you, Gollum. Like, does the game have procedurally generated content at all, or is everything in the same place and happening the same way in each playthrough? How variable is the playthrough from? How variable is the game from playthrough to playthrough? That makes me curious. When I think about how different playthroughs could be in this game. I feel like everything is fixed. That's the feeling it gives me, but I'm not sure. Okay. I better spare it. There's a clump dirt in the uneven nicks, fused by years of winds and rains. The bottom surface of the table is dusty, but you don't find any spider webs or molds, even though it's a perfect spot for them. Can we find a fight? What is your sacrifice? Oh, what can we sacrifice? Can sacrifice foods?
A human sacrifice!
Okay. Human. You either can't do that or you don't possess such an item. Try something else. Let's cast a spell. I use an amulet to detect if there's any magic hidden in the altar. You unpack the wooden spheres, pleasantly smooth and light. The entire set fits in the palm. You place them in various spots, on the altar next to the roots, beneath it, and a few steps away on the boulder. You begin the ritual, after which all you can do is wait. You go for a walk with, making sure there are no monsters in your vicinity. Hey, Van Buren. We cannot sacrifice the bot. We cannot sacrifice it. How are you doing, Van Buren? When you return to collect your amulets, only the one placed on the rock hasn't changed its temperature. The others are cold. The closer they are to the tree roots, the cooler they are, almost painfully so. This is not what was supposed to happen. If the objects are filled with magic, the spheres get warmer. If not, they stay in their original state. But this, you've never seen such a reaction. So it's a tree that maybe absorbs magic. I don't know. Or maybe resounds some kind of negative magic, or I don't know. What does it mean? If the presence of magic warms up the amulets, what could cool it down? Some sort of negative power. Try something else. I make an offering of blood. How much? I make a slight cut on the palm of my hand. It will only hurt a little. Your blood spills on the altar and sinks into it before it gets to the edge. The tree greets your offering with the sound of moving, stretching branches. You try to ignore the pain and prepare water and bandages to take care of the wounds. Okay, it didn't work. But we already knew that it wasn't magical. Well, wait, not the tree. The altar wasn't magical, the tree was. I make an offering of time. I offer my time to you. I walk away. Strow. You slow down. Among the shrubs, a small pack of dragonlings is feasting on the carcass of a grey auroch. I ride forward, but I keep my distance and look over my shoulder. We are not finding any fights. There are no fights. Finally, maybe I can rest here. A young man is leaning against the closed gate, covered by its shadow. He's young, tanned, has a short, elegantly trimmed red beard. I wave back, why not? Wait, what is this? First village I reached was Howler's Dell. Oh, these are achievements. My name is, I used to be a mage. The first village I reached was Howler's Dell, so I guess the achievements go this way as we play the game. This is a big city. I'm your new Roadwarden. I want to see your mayor. City folk, aye? The mayor is busy, but I'll ask her. Give us a moment to let you in. Calming sound, aye? That's Howler's Creek. The guard, like most of the locals, is taller than you. Wide but shallow. There's knee been a flood in years. Pa told me there used to be neighbors crossed it with their boots in their hands. And 'tis clean like a raindrop. But there are knee many fish. You don't fight very much. I just want to see a fight though. We are doing a first look and I just want to see as much as I can see before actually playing the game. How are you doing, Prague? Good to see you. I guess maybe if I had picked warrior, we would be more open to fights. Maybe if I had taken the dangerous path rather than the safe path. There are villages on this road. I don't expect there to be too many dangers. But we could go east from the first fork. We could go back there still. Tie your mount here. We'll keep the kids away. I climb after him. Even though the ladder swings in all directions, the guard gets to the top quickly, like a monkey climbing up creepers. You, on the other hand, need to stop and wait for the ladder to calm itself. When you join the man on the wooden platform, you are a bit dizzy. He's leaning on the wooden parapet, observing an area with a smile. Infinite backlog. This was in the critical hits list, but I think I'm gonna remove it from critical hits. And I will play it in Tuesday, Wednesday. I think the best time to play this game would be a little after we finish Path of the Righteous. I already read a lot in Path of the Righteous, so playing this at the same time I think would suck for me. Reading pretty much 5 days, 6 hours a day. So maybe we remove this from critical hits, and then once we finish Pathfinder, we play this on a Monday to Wednesday stream. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday stream. That's much work. The game is very good. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But you must like reading. If you don't like reading, you won't get much of the game in the first place. It's basically, so far, a choose your own adventure book with some RPG elements. No wonder he's so proud. Why wouldn't he be? They've tamed this scrap of land and live in comfort. How do you read this? Is it islets or islets? I've heard both ways. I think it's islet. The islet in the middle connects both parts of the village. Islet. Oh, islets, not islets. The islet in the middle connects both parts of the village. According to the man, the northern gate is hardly ever opened, as it leads nowhere now. Near the eastern gate, there's the Ape Ale Inn, where you can find a bed and victuals. And... oh, this is and, okay. A bed and victuals. And it's the stall where a Kaki's rewards our work, unless we annoy him with pointless talk. He talks out the chuckle. I let these nuts hit your chin. Badumts. Got him! On the opposite side of the creek, there is another white house. It belongs to Bion, the best clothier in the north. The priests live in the southeast near the wall, but they do not talk to strangers. You also hear about the hunter, the cooper, the fisher, the miller. The pie maker lives with his sister, the baker. The smith and her husband, the carpenter, live with their kids. Do I really need to know about everybody living in this city? Let's try to see something different before we stop, because I'm gonna stop soon, stop this game soon. We are gonna move on to Ballroom. I just want to see something different, more to this game before we end. I've already decided, I think. So, let's take a quick look, by the way. I'm just out of curiosity. So... So Roadwarden has 52 boosts, 1 by Parrot, 1 by Oak Brand, and 50 by Ash. Ash, that's okay if I remove this from critical list and we play it as a Tuesday, Wednesday, when I feel is a more appropriate time for me, right? Yeah, you can change your boost, Parrots, that's fine. You can change your boosts. I'm not sure if Ash is here, but I think he would prefer it that way anyway, because if this is in critical hits, it will never get selected. It will never get selected, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not saying it's not great for critical hits. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I would love to play this game. It's just that it's not gonna work for critical hits for sure. I'm realizing it now. Since I'm her guest, I sit on a bench next to her. The flowing water hits silently the rocks and wooden stake. I was looking for... don't you mention it? Hunger makes me peevish, and the day is too nice for that. She's going to ask for help. Let's look vulnerable. Well, she caught me. I don't hide the fact the guild needs new opportunities. Yeah, we can give Ash a mana crystal at least. I'll talk to them. I'll talk to Ash and we'll come to some sort of agreement. Let's get out of the city. In fact, let's rest and go. I just want to go to some dangerous place. Wow, look at all this dialogue. Let's rest. Sleep? How do we sleep? The sleep option doesn't pop up. Does it have to be dusk? I think it may have to be dusk. No, it's more than... I love the archive feature, by the way. It keeps... Okay, it doesn't keep the... since the start. It doesn't keep all the text since the start. But it keeps quite a bit of previous texts. You could go back. You can take notes also. Wait, where is it? Journal. Notes. New notes. There is way too much to read. Bath and dinner for 2. Teeth cleaning set for 3. Let's buy that. Ah, someone dreams of a healthier smile. He rubs his hand. But before you take it, he puts the box in front of you. I've got the hazelnut twigs in the sheath, but can replace them in Maytime. What taste are you looking for? I like the apple tree. He disappears for a few minutes and returns with a couple of twigs, which puts into the sheath. So we got teeth cleaning set, oak ash soap. We need 3 pieces for best hygiene. We only found 2 so far. I want to understand how I can rest in this place. The trader. He stands sideways to you with legs crossed, leaning on the counter with one hand and keeping the other one on his hip. He's around 40, short and a bit greasy, with a humble beard and hair. His fingers are unusually long. He stands sideways to you with legs crossed, leaning on the counter. Doesn't seem like a very friendly chap. Maybe we can soften him up with some witty comments. Are you a barrel collector or do you sell them? He observes you in silence, then presents the yawn. Brilliant. As far as I care, you can leave your pouch and burger off. That worked perfectly. I can see you got a humorous dude here. I need help. I help my neighbors sell what they have in abundance or do I things among our workers, builders and travelers. If you want something, let's get to it. Name's Akakis. I bring goods to sell. Actually, he doesn't want anything we have. New bad lice, linen fabric. We have only 1 coin. How do I could use a job? I bring goose, yeah. Guilty goose. I have a few. They should fetch a pretty penny. I need a medicament for my daughter. Need that she's hurt or anything. He raises his open palms as if to show that he's not holding a knife. She's a teen, wants to start hunting in the woods. I can't teach her much, but I'd sleep better with her having a healing potion. You have? Almost 9 days. Bring me the potion before the last dusk, and I'll pay you 5 dragon screws. We need... where are we gonna find the healing potion? And where can I find such a potion? Alpagos. You can also head south, east of Crossroads. Yeah, let's go there. I'll look for it. But I want to rest first. How do I at least spend some time until I can rest? Gambeson enhancements for 20. Find your own silk to get a better price. Can we do this? No, we cannot fast travel. Daytime rest is only available in certain places. Here. Well, it says daytime rest here as well. But when I go to the innkeeper, I cannot sleep or wait. I can wait until evening. Now I can sleep. I don't have money to actually rent a room. Ooh. That's not gonna be great. That's gonna be great. You could join them. Your first sleep ends, but your usual 1-hour break is instantly disrupted by noise. You stand up, walk to the window, and see the reason for the commotion. A group of workers is just outside the inn drinking and laughing. It's an opportunity to show that I'm not an outsider. I can sacrifice a bit of sleep. You may be a stranger, but your presence is welcomed with joy. I'm one of the first people to get back to bed.
Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Innkeeper. Did someone contact you about work for me? Very much so. Ask for Timo. She is usually at the creek, southern wall. Before you reach the gate, you find 3 washwomen who are walking down the path, chatting loudly. I was hoping to speak with a traveler. She starts and looks away. She was about to say vagrant, I think. So you seek a man who'd agree to take part in the marriage rites of your druids. She nods energetically, but then freezes. She's tanned from work, but her face is young and smooth. And since her hair is hidden, her bright hazel eyes keep drawing your attention. Need just any man, she turns to you angrily. Someone who stays in the sun and works hard for us and our kids. You ask if she has any children already, and after 100 minutes of her awkward explanations, you take a guess that she doesn't. I don't understand. Does she want me to find her a husband? You ask if it would make a difference for her to move to a different village. We live good lives here, safe and plentiful. I'd rather stay. I think she's looking for a husband. That's the job we get. In most RPGs, the first job you get is killing the rats in the cellar of an inn or something. In this one, you'll find a husband for the washing woman. Can we fast travel like this? We can, okay. Where do I go for that breeding request? Who do I talk to? Let's go east. Let's look for a fight. The curvy road east is overgrown. Trots when it has a chance, but more often it walks, forced to jump over larger branches blocking the path. The nearby lake is surrounded by thirsty wildlife. I observe the dark forest, ready to react if something jumps at me. A couple of stone slabs were turned into a hut-like shape, one of the ancient chapels raised by the priests of the United Church in the days of the few soldiers and even fewer shelters. The dolmens proved to be especially durable, though the conditions they offered were hard, so we could possibly find the healing potion here. I light up a candle. The candlelight may be weak, but I'm patient. I look for clues carefully. Also, you notice sticky soot on the walls. Parts of it cover black marks and pictures, possibly letters. I look around. Ooh. Secret tunnel. Oh, you either don't find it or I can't understand you. Look for...
Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
Secret passage. If it's here, it's hidden. Button. There are no obvious buttons around. Brick. I enter the chapel. I look around. Let's see. Hey, Veru. Welcome, Veru. Welcome, Raiders. How was your stream? Were you doing more roguelike Pathfinder.
Lights of the city, low breath like it, death like sometimes. There's no use in trying to deal with the dying, though I cannot explain that in rhymes. What do we capture this time? A giant olm! Delightful. If we've got a giant olm,
How old
bring him
is
up
this
here. We'll drop him. Let's see. Olm.
Very, yeah. I would guess. Thanks for the raid, Veru. Welcome, Raiders. Good to see you all. Were you doing more Pathfinder? Chat, Veru is a good friend of the channel, as you know. You all know Veru. But maybe you didn't know he streams. He doesn't stream often, but he streams when he can. He has more free time these days, so he's doing some Pathfinder, roguelike dungeon DLC, different builds. And it's absolutely worth checking out. So give him a follow if you've never been there before. Roadwarden, I am loving Roadwarden, but we have decided that it's not great for critical hits. So we have decided to remove it from critical hits, and I'm gonna play this game on a Tuesday, Wednesday stream in a few months. We are doing a first look. I'm trying to see a little bit more of the game. Like I'm looking for a fight, I want to see how the fights work. And we are gonna stop soon. We are gonna take a look at another game, Ballroom. But it's been great. I love it. Just too much reading. Otherwise, it's perfect. It's a great game. Right now we are looking for something. What are we looking for or paying attention to? Boulder. Something catches your attention. Even though part of the ground is covered with a single massive slab, there are sections free of any flooring. You see soil, small rocks, sand. In one spot, you find remains of charred wood. So charred wood, rocks, soil, sand, flooring, slab. Even though a part of the ground is covered with a single massive slab, there are sections free of any flooring. You see soil, small rocks, sand. Charred wood. Part of the floor is a little bit old campfire, not more than a couple of months old. You see dust, burnt bones, and wood. Suits. You notice sticky soot on the walls. Black marks. Black spots. Suits. Black marks and pictures. A large part of the wall is covered with engravings. It's difficult to figure out what they are meant to portray, but one picture is obvious to you. A long arrow pointing down. Below the arrow. Down. You stomp in a couple of spots and don't hear any direct response. If there's anything below this chapel, it must be under a thick layer of soil and rocks. Move rocks? Can we do this? Rocks. Even though a part of the ground is covered with a single massive slab, there are sections free of any floor. I know. Letters. Part of the writing as well as nearby wall is covered with... Can we clean suits? Pictures? Any ideas, chat? There's a long arrow pointing down. I want to see what is at the place that the arrow is pointing down to, but I don't know how to look for it. Arrow. Picture. No, there is not another interaction. That's the problem. I tried it. I say look down. You stomp in a couple of spots. Don't hear any direct response. If there's anything below this chapel, it must be under a thick layer of soil and rocks. But yeah, we cannot... Oh! Okay, I suppose it works. Thanks, Veru. That's a good idea. You look at the ground, you could grab your knife. I was trying to look for things to look at. But apparently other interactions work as well. You look at the ground, you could grab your knife, some life, and dig through a few inches of soil and sand, step by step finding probably just rocks, but you doubt it's going to go smoothly. I could examine one spot in particular, at least look for a specific object. Dig arrow. Dig under arrow. Arrow. Dig. I could examine one spot in particular. I'm sure there is a nice combination of words that makes us dig for where the arrow points at. Like it's here, it's here. Dig there. West wall. Clean suits. Clean letters. Hey Josephson, dig below arrow, dig below. I think I tried things like that. Clean wall. Dig soil. I think it just accepts dig. Let's get to it. You start where you stand, pushing aside the layers of dirt and disturbing a few colonies of worms. And the most interesting area turns out to be hidden beneath the remains of an old campfire. You move all the ash and pieces of wood until you find a well-preserved plank. Or maybe I could dig campfire. I open the trapdoor with a key. You insert the key and after a bit of wiggling, something clicks. Where did we get a key? But you easily get the iron latch, which moves away smoothly. I look inside. I climb down. You have to move slowly, learning the new routes. You hug the cold, moist wall, seeking the support for your boots. It doesn't take long before you feel comfortable enough to jump down, then light up another candle. Both the walls and the floor are made of stone slabs. You see no movement, no other source of light. The short tunnel leads you to a small room. The one thing that seems to be uniquely fresh and durable is a small wooden box. I take the box. Merchant's medicaments. It doesn't feel empty, but it's light. You shake it for a bit, trying to guess what's inside. You can't open the box without cutting the cords. I cut the cords with my knife and open the box. I open the bottle and smell its contents. It smells tasty like fruits cooked in honey syrup. Probably a healing potion. Close the bottle with this wax seal, attach it to my belt. I go, let's complete the quest. Let's see how it works. Let's see what, since we are not able to find the fight, let's see at least what completing a quest looks like. Did you get it? Right here. Enjoy your food, Vero. Thanks for the raid again. With a grin, he picks up the bottle gently, jiggles it, weighs it in his hand, then puts it on the counter. Great, now let's hope my little girl will not get herself swallowed by a dragon. So we set 5 rings. It's yours. 5 monies! Let's see if we can find a fight in 10 minutes. Seek shelter. Now let's try. It's too late to explore an unfamiliar. Oh, really? Okay. It's too dangerous to stay here. You can't get there before nightfall. I can't get there before nightfall either. Oh, I have to sleep here. Okay, maybe we'll get attacked. Travel. That's weird. It didn't let me travel on the map, but it allowed me to travel from that menu. Is everything all right? Yeah, I want to sleep. Check on let's clean up. Oh, we are on the verge of death, and we are hungry as a wolf. Eat the foods. Eat the food. So I had to eat it
Hunger rises within me.
manually. I didn't realize. I thought we would eat automatically. Okay. Oh! The neglected path barely finds any space among all the hills, trees, and streams. There's a deer on the ground, lying in a red puddle, surrounded by a small pack of creatures which notice your presence quickly. There's about 8 of them, with thick furs in shades of brown, grey, and black, and hairless faces with small eyes and large mouths. Currently stained by the blood of their prey, some of them move on all fours, while others comfortably stand on 2 feet. They are 2 to 3 heads shorter than you, but it's your mount which truly towers over them. And you see how a couple of the beasts take a few steps back, grunting and glancing at one another. The one with grey fur shouts, and the others move toward the rocks and sticks which are piled on the road. They hold them awkwardly, and some struggle to maintain a straight posture, leaning on their new weapons for support. Then, almost all of them spread to your left and right, blending with the shrubs loudly. Only 2 of the apes are standing still. I grab my axe and hold the reins tightly. With 0 vitality, I'm sure this is gonna go amazingly. Tries to turn around, but loyally follows your directions. I scream at the pack, shaking my weapon. I try to scare them. No. I charge at the goblins in the middle of the road. Your mount speeds up, though it doesn't have enough space to enter a gallop. You prepare your weapon, but while you feel somewhat comfortable with the blade venom food, fighting from a saddle is completely unfamiliar to you. The younger goblin attempts to stop your horse, but the strike it receives sends it to the nearby bush, screaming in pain. The grey one, however, manages to grab your boot and is now trying to keep up with your speed, making one long leap after the other. The first strong swing of your axe wasn't able to reach the target. A spear would do better in this scenario. I aim for the head. It's a difficult strike. And it lands on your own flesh. Thankfully, it was the blunt side, not the edge of your axe that hit your leg. The beast, however, gets scared. It lets go of the boot. He says, this guy is scary. I'm not gonna follow him. It lets go of the boot and leaps away, landing on his 2 hind limbs. It shouts after you, but stops his pursuit. Though it hurts, your leg is freed. The road is clear. The good news is, chat, we were already at the verge of death. We were already at 0 vitality, so we didn't take any damage from hitting our own leg. Okay, it didn't actually end in a fight. that was weird. I think I know what happened here. Okay. This is really interesting. We have to investigate and understand what happened. Okay, there is so much cool stuff in this game. There is so much cool stuff in this game. I want to explore all of this in detail. We are absolutely going to play this game. But as I said, I think we are going to play it after we finish Pathfinder. And I've got to remove this from critical. It's really cool game. Maybe we'll try a different class. Like maybe we'll try the scholar. That might be cool. Let's read everything very carefully. I think I know what happened here. It was dying from an illness. Why was the wagon abandoned? It was attacked by monsters. What was originally transported? Food supplies. They were killed on the spot. I'm sure. Well, you can't be sure what really happened here. You don't think there's much left for you to find. Let's hope you haven't missed anything. Okay, yeah. What do you want to change it to? To Ballroom. No, Ballroom won't get removed from critical. I know Ballroom. Ballroom is a good fit for critical. Chat, I'm going to take a short break. And I'm gonna run the ads.
Gorky 17. I get 1 claw just boosted Swatter. Stealthy Golem just boosted Gorky 17.
Ooh.
I get 1 claw just boosted Jade Empire.
Have you played Gorky, Golem? Thanks for the boosts, Ikit and Golem. That's a good one. I've seen it played by Nixt. I haven't played it myself. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot the show. And I'm really liking it. I think I will enjoy it once we play it. Let me set up the scene for Ballroom.
Pairwise just ghosted Grim Dawn.
Alright. Grim Dawn.
Pairwise just musted look outside.
Thanks for the boosts, Parrot. Alright, chat. I will take a very short break. I'm gonna run the ads in the meanwhile. When I'm back in 5 minutes or so, we are gonna take a look at Ballroom, another critical hits contender. This one at 79th place didn't get much support at all. I think I'm the only one maybe aware of this game. I haven't seen anyone else talk about this game. But I have tried this game in the past before. I think it's really good. So we are going to take a few hours of sneak peek at this as well. So do stick around. I appreciate your patience with the ads and the break. And I'll see you very soon. Be right back.